I'll be talking about SSDI and SSI in today's video, along with a positive statement from Social Security regarding these benefits. Let's dive in, and I've got all the information you need right here in the video. First of all, let's talk about what's going on. I sincerely appreciate you enjoying and sharing this video using the icons below. If you're new to our site, please accept my sincere gratitude. I'm here for you every day to keep you updated, so please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll be watching the headlines, breaking it all down, doing the research, and lobbying on your behalf. Your behalf, if there is anything I can do to help. I understand that this is a difficult time, and you have a lot going on between now and the end of the year. Practically speaking, Social Security just made yet another significant statement that would affect the benefits of Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI, and Supplemental Security Income, SSI. This is good. Allow me to give you the specifics at this time. It's actually rather fascinating that even though 2024 is still a long way off, we've already heard a number of statements from Social Security this year that have been excellent for both parties. Beneficiaries of SSI and SSDI, and yet another one we can add to the list. This is good, okay? This will affect benefits, and many people are currently having difficulty with SSDI. And SSI benefits as well. Alright, I've made it very plain, but I want to reiterate it. Alright, I want to make sure that everything I'm discussing in this video is understood. Declaration made by Social Security, and yes, it relates to both SSDI and SSI benefits. No, they are not the same. They are different, but they are quite similar. Alright, anyway, let's go into the specifics. I want to make it very clear what I'm talking about because this video is perplexing. I understand that this is unclear, so I'll try to clarify. If you would like me to return and go into more detail on this, or go on a live broadcast and discuss it once again, please let me know in a way that makes sense. Please let me know whatever you desire. But now, as you are undoubtedly aware, if you are a beneficiary of SSDI or SSI, or if you are awaiting the receipt of an award letter or anything similar, let's take each one of these steps one at a time. Do not rush this lengthy process. Oh my! The application process for these benefits may be incredibly drawn out, irksome, and irritating. You may receive denial after denial, and then you can go back and appeal these things. But many individuals find it to be a major hassle because it can take months or even years in certain situations. Many individuals, and even then, you might not even reap the benefits. But in any case, this is essentially what occurs. Of course, there are nuances to this, but allow me to provide a quick and basic explanation. At a very basic level, whenever an individual with a disability applies for SSDI or SSI payments, the individuals who examine these applications essentially look at the file and determine that the individual has this disability. Will it last more than a year? Or in the worst-case scenario, would it cause the individual to potentially lose their life? If the latter, you kind of advance. Ahead once more. Although this may sound a little harsh, this is actually the evaluation process in action. They examine the procedure and determine that, although the individual was employed as an XYZ type of person, they have this list of all these different occupations, thousands and thousands and thousands of occupations that they have. So they may possibly obtain new work as a person doing XYZ new job. Within this dictionary, which they refer to as a Dictionary of Occupational Titles, well, that's what they call it. It's essentially this large vocabulary of all these various jobs. And, in essence, they believe that if you were employed as a certain kind of person and you are unable to do so anymore, perhaps you could get employment as one of these other categories of persons and obtain a job performing this XYZ person, job. Okay, so we're watching all of this. However, we recently learned from Social Security that they are eliminating 114 different occupations from their vocabulary, which is fantastic news. They could certainly clean up a lot more than just 114, but they've come forward and cleaned up 114 so far. Alright, so what are some of the chores that they've completed? Eliminated. Which is again a positive thing because, in theory, the fact that these positions are no longer included in the dictionary just indicates that they are no longer in existence. However, some of these jobs that I know I don't currently have all 114 in front of me, but I'm going to rattle out some of them right away, because they removed are so ridiculously outdated. Did remove some of these items from the vocabulary that may potentially replace a disabled person's employment. Some of these are definitely going to make you chuckle since they're so ridiculous. Breeders of canaries. They deleted that one. All right. They're saying that someone with a disability could have done it, but they're taking it down right now. Canary breeder. Are you kidding me? Seriously, get this one, a reptile farmer. Okay, so let's talk about nuts while we're on the subject. Who the heck is going to sit there and sort nuts when we have machines that can do it? How about a nut sorter? Do that right away. Why would a person waste time sorting nuts? That's nuts by themselves, so whatever. That's another one they remove for the next pneumatic tube operator. To be really honest with you, I have no idea what that implies. A pneumatic tube operator ought to be operating automatically. That's sort of what pneumatic is supposed to do. If not, why is someone doing it correctly? Though not exactly the same, it's still about the same, thus that is an additional one that they eliminated. Get this person to impersonate a character. What can I say about that? I mean, really, I'm at a loss for words. That's crazy. A clown or what? A character impersonator? These are a few who wanted to write a lot for you very quickly. There are 114 that are essentially those that wish to be real for a second. Deleting the occupational titles from the .again dictionary and essentially declaring that they are antiquated jobs, like a nut sorter, that have been out of style for decades. We have dubbed these items. There's no reason a human should ever perform that task. But that's what they're eliminating. Basically, they're saying that if someone has a disability, they won't be allowed to mention any of these former positions and say, you might be this person. In fact, I just read a report on this. It's a true story. Okay, I didn't read this till now. Understand the individual. I just finished reading the news on this, and this is basically what happened. This man was employed as an electrician, and while doing so, he became disabled. Can no longer work as an electrician at the level that he did, so he filed for SSDI. However, when he attempted to receive SSDI payments, the judge returned. So some of the reasons why the application was denied and informed him that, in theory, he might be employed as a nut sorter. They also provided him a few different job titles, so, he's going to switch from electrician to nut sorter. Be attainable. Yes, it will be really helpful. No, not at all. And that's only one instance. There are numerous instances available for someone applying for Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI. SSI, Supplemental Security Income, benefits. You are aware that this is one of the biggest obstacles when people consider your case and handicap and say, oh, look at you, you can do all of these. Other careers, you could raise reptiles. Just think about it. You could get yourself some turtles, frogs, and snakes. It sounds disgusting, but I really like frogs. You're not a fan of snakes? Okay, we'll leave it there. My point is that you get them AS here, so they're aware of what I'm talking about. Get the shovel, eliminating all of these, out-of-date titles and jobs from this, so that, in theory, when someone files for SSDI or SSI, they can't actually be rejected? Well, okay, you can still be denied, don't get me wrong. Be rejected outright with one of these applications, but they won't look at these outdated positions and say, you are working because you know this person, so you can work at this outdated job. Since it's no longer a thing, how could you possibly expect someone to function in that capacity when it's no longer even a thing? For this reason, they're eliminating these outdated roles from this dictionary is excellent. This is a very good thing because, regrettably, many people apply for SSDI and SSI payments, but are consistently turned down because they could work as someone else. Carrying out this or any other kind of work that was done in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, or something similar, and, it's not even a thing anymore. Does that make sense? Pretty nice shift in the SSDI and SSI payouts now that it's all fair. In my opinion, Social Security has been working really well this year, in 2024, to eliminate a number of different factors affect SSDI and SSI in different ways. They still have a lot of work ahead of them, but I think they've done some really good stuff so far. Don't get me wrong, They still have a lot of options for altering the program and improving its effectiveness for the recipients. But so far this year, I'd say they've focused a lot on housekeeping. Here, a lot of work has been done, and the program has undergone significant changes. This has an effect on those who are now receiving SSDI and SSI benefits, as well as those who are applying, such in this case.